In this episode of Saunter On, we will come across cheeky ponies, discover surprise camping companions, hear some trail wisdoms, come on an epic side quest, and even get to witness me actually going up a mountain. Hope you enjoy. That's beautiful.
I'm officially standing at the source of the river Bann.
Full team.
What about you?
Yo, Saunter On!
Yo!
Yeah. Right, lads. Kind of rasta mullet. Aye, get ready. Right. You literally just bite my bum. Them ponies be at it all the time. Right, getting away from my ass. Just figure out your way, the things that do your head in, and try and figure out ways to make them do your head in less. I'm just going to stop a wee second and enjoy that. This is the stuff that when I imagine the beauty in the mountains, it's this kind of stuff that I imagine. That moment where you're like, oh, my legs don't like up hills after yesterday. I think, just get my walking poles out, help myself out. I don't have my walking poles. It is what it is. And I am what I am. And I'm a person that's not going to go back to get them. Newcastle, 237 Newcastle, 5 past. Stand 24 gold liner. Luxury. I'm not going to make the same mistake as last time where I drank tons of water before getting on the bus and then needed to pee the whole time. Learned my lesson. I'm actually slightly more nervous this time about this one because the wind forecast looked better. Now it looks worse than my last trip. But I'm going to push my comfort zones, I think. That's what this one's about. Stand 20s. And also it's about making the most of this because this is the last opportunity I'll have off Monday, Tuesday, have the all-day Rambler ticket, 10 quid will take me all the way down to Up Mountain, which is amazing. Right, bus time. So even in Newcastle it is super windy, like and then I guess who I bumped into? Geraldine, again. She said she had thought about camping and then decided not to because of the wind forecast, and she said she saw like 40-mile-an-hour winds and stuff forecast. And then I was like threw it into my head going like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe I'll just bail and get out of it. Part of me feels like I want to challenge that and just experience that, and you know, I feel the anxiety about it. And I feel like maybe if I manage to get a spot on the other side of the wall, if I can get the right spot, because the wind's consistent throughout the night, it's like south-southeast, a little bit where it'll turn south to south-southeast, and if I can get a spot behind a wall where I can get shelter, that's my... Look, there she is! So I think we're both going to get the bus up to the car park. I'm going to get it up there again, and then I might try and knock off a few hills this time, although there's more weight in my rucksack. But at least I'll get the experience what is the difference between being on one side of the wall, whenever I cross over at Carn and Loch Shanna in that saddle. I'll be able to experience the difference between the wind coming and then on the other side what it feels like, and that hopefully will give me a sense of whether I'm going to go ahead and camp tonight. So all the dealing with this kind of like what are anxieties, what are legitimate anxieties, what are creating sort of get-outs and self-sabotaging and just negotiating and navigating that kind of stuff. When it's, you know, when is it good? Is it just about pushing comfort zones, or is it about safety and just figuring out and discerning which is which? There's a wee plane flying up there. Seems to be doing alright. I wouldn't fancy being up there today. Favourite bus ever, the Mourne Rambler 405. Woo! Let's get on it. Look at that there. Woo! Up Mountain Car Park.
Just at the bell, maybe.
Aye, just after Fofney. Aye, area street. No problem. There she is. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Lots of cars. again. Look. At the Ott Mountain Car Park. Who would have thought, not just once come back to the Mournes again, but like twice in 2 weeks. What? Oh, this is lovely. Sun's shining and the views are actually better than last week because it was a bit cloudier. Yes. Look at that, the heather. Gorgeous. Here's one of my wee mates again. Devil's coach horse beetle. Waiting to rear its tail. Is he going to do it? He going to do it? Why is he following me? Right, I'll leave him alone. So we made it up to the saddle between Carn and Loch Shanna. I had no clue where I'm going. I was just wanting to figure out what way the wind's going, and the wind is stronger on the other side of the wall. This side of the wall is actually a bit more sheltered. I might actually go with when I've got the energy to get on top of Loch Shanna and then see if I can actually do a couple of peaks, just figure out direction of wind and find a spot to camp. I think I'll stay in this area. I don't want to be experiencing 30-mile-an-hour winds. It'd be amazing if I actually did find somewhere properly sheltered and was able to sleep. That'd be incredible. Right, this will be my tackling my first actual mountain peak for a good few years. So poles are out. I'm gonna try and take on Loch Shanna here and get Geraldine for moral support. Look at that, Loch Shanna, Silent Valley. Geraldine's just booking her taxi for later. Get her back to the bus station. She's got to get all the way back to Dungannon. Just shows a commitment to coming to the beauty of the mountains, to the kingdom of Mourne. I'm feeling okay coming up here. And well, with poles, always proviso with walking poles. But I do feel I actually tweaked my right knee on the way up, walking up the stony trail paths. But yeah, no, I feel decent actually. And my pack weighs heavier than, feels like it's at least 15. I'm probably carrying about 16 kilograms, but I'm actually going up this alright. Be up there in no time. Loch Shanna, whoop, amazing. That wee pile of rocks there means we've hit the summit of Slieve Loch Shanna, which means the mountain at the lake of the foxes, something along those lines. Remember Geraldine looks like she's a way to jog up Mealbeg now. Jeepers, don't know about that. I'm basically coming over the wall from the other side. Looks like there's a summit cairn on either side of Loch Shanna, and that one's about 2 inches higher. I'm spinning around. And luckily there's a wee step here. There we go. And then there's the bigger summit cairn thing. And it's definitely way windier on this side. I was just saying to Geraldine how like people camping lower level would be more sheltered, but like you look at Loch Shanna and you see the wind coming over the water surface, like, and you know it's not sheltered down there. It's actually more sheltered on the summit of Loch Shanna on the other side of the wall. They're raving. Hey buddy! Bark, 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 bark. Savers, that wind. So there's Mealmoor must be on the other side of that. And then Burna, Comada and Donard in the distance. Then that must be Cove Mountain there, I imagine, and then Lamagan, which I think in Irish means basically to climb in your hands and knees. It's a boulder field down the side of it. I do not enjoy that. We've got Ben Crum here, which is looking out over Ben Crum Reservoir. And Doan or Dun Malcoba Binion in the background there with the sort of south tour, north tours down to Wee Binion, and that'll do for mountain naming. So currently my very loose plan is to go back down Loch Shanna and then make my way up Carn Mountain and then possibly up Muck as well, but I'll see what my energy levels are like. The sheep standoff. There he is. Hello. Oh, just doing a big poop. That's Geraldine is away off to go up Doan. So I am going to make my way up Carn. It's cool. I'm actually going up peaks, even though my legs are busted. Loads of butterflies and bees up here. It's wonderful. I think just because the heather's in full bloom at the minute. It's amazing. Probably look like a dork because I've got my neck gaiter on here around the hood, and it's to stop it flapping around because it flaps so much. It's like a big hood, and then the wind catches it and it just goes flaps. So now I got a neck gaiter on to keep that. It looks stupid. Who cares? It's cool actually going up peaks. But yeah, I'm loving just like the fact I've got the energy to want to come up another hill. Like Cairn's not a biggie, and there's more butterflies. That was red admirals, no? Amazing. Wow, just loads, so many. It's great. Like I literally had a bit of the fear when I was in Newcastle and felt the wind, and but another tortoiseshell. But I feel reassured by, you know, being on this side of the wall, feeling how much more sheltered it is compared to the other side. And it's crazy the amount of butterflies up here. There's Geraldine up there. But yeah, I do feel reassured, and I think genuinely I feel like I could have a better night's sleep, a more comfortable night, even in stronger winds. So it's stronger winds tonight, more consistently strong winds. But just the wall is going to be my saviour tonight. Thank you to everyone that put their effort into building this wall. Thank you very much for your hard work, and fine work it is too. Definitely an appreciator of a good stone wall. It's incredible craftsmanship. I think I just saw a wheat here. There it is up on the wall further up here. Right habitat for wheat here, and it's got this really bright Daz white rump that you would get with a jay. But this is up in the mountains and it's a blow-in. And I think most of them come this time of year in from Africa, but like a warblers. Sunlight's been lovely, views have been incredible, and also delighted that I managed to get up Slieve Muck up one of the peaks, and I'm now going up another. This will give me a lot of satisfaction points. Coins for the bank of Ricky. Gold sovereign coins made of my own self-worth, not to be traded in for fiat currencies and put in the bank and not squandered. All my metaphors, but I like them. Right, there's a wee false summit in Cairn here, but still feels good coming on top of this wee rise. Lovely view over Spelga. I feel like this camera's not being adjusted. So I'm at the top of Cairn, although I think the summit Cairn is on the other side there. And there's a junction in the wall here, but I don't think the ground's flat enough to camp. Well, it's definitely not flat enough to camp there where it'd be most sheltered. And then I think on the other side of this, the wall's kind of not done up, and so there's a lot of gaps in it. So, hello. And then I either thought about dumping my bag here to go up the summit and muck without my bag, and then back down here if there's a spot to camp, or just keep my pack on and get to the top of muck. But it's definitely a fair bit of extra effort, let's just say. It's not one of the big sevens, but it's just looking at it from here is just that long undulating uphill slog. I think it means the hill of the pigs, mountain of the pigs, or pig. Swine! Looks gorgeous though. So yeah, I think I'll just recuperate. I'll just get a load of water into me, suss this camping spot out, and then get on with it. Stop yakking. Beautiful. Yeah, potentially camp there. But there's no shelter, no, so it's like defeats the purpose. back of it, the first part of it. Won't be flying no drones. Even just down here, and as we, the in between Cairn and Mourne, like the wind's just picked up load just because I don't have the protection of the wall. So definitely the wall is the salvation tonight for camping. Look at that. Lovely. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Came up to the wall, but just a few boggy spots on the trail that I was walking, so just came over to the wall and it's drier up the side of the wall. So look at that. That is gorgeous. There's a wee tiny like nipple tassel on the top of Donard, like a cloudy nipple tassel. That's so funny. The one cloud in the mountains, just there. I feel like I'm actually, I know it's going to be the false summit thing, I feel I'm nearly at the top of Slieve Muck. I know the sense of accomplishment I will feel being on the top of Slieve Muck, which I know I'm going to do, like I've definitely got it in me. Coming up this mountain, which I haven't been up, I'm guessing it was 2008. I'm just gauging by, I remember the things I was wearing on my feet and the backpack I had, which I bought in Surf Mountain when I was working there. So that puts it in the time when I was at university, doing my theology, philosophy. I was working in Surf Mountain for like 3 years. I worked in there, so it was in that time, so it could have been anywhere between 2005 2008, so we're talking like, you know, 20 years ago. But I was probably the fittest I've ever been in my life. I was rock climbing loads, you know, I was like a mountain goat then, or felt like a mountain goat, felt physically capable of like bouncing over the hills. But you know, I'm coming over these same hills that I came over then, and I'm 48 years old now, and I'm like definitely not you know, I definitely don't feel like I'm super healthy, but I'm healthy enough, and while I'm like as much health as I've got, as much fitness as I've got, you know, the mobility that I have, all the things that I have here, and I'm able to do this, you know, it's like I've got all these things that so many people don't have. So while I have the freedoms to do this, I feel like I want to make the most of it. Not as a pressure thing, but you know, to really enjoy the richness of this experience. This is, you know, it's simple but so rich and abundant in a kind of simple way. So this is the moment. I had to really look over the wall because I was like, is this a false summit? I don't think it is. I think I'm at the top of Slieve Muck. Oh my god. No way. I can feel the emotions coming on. I'll hit myself in the head. Beautiful shadow of the cloud. Just a wee wispy cloud, but the sun's catching it and it's making a pretty significant shadow down there. Beautiful, beautiful. I can see his style. Oh, no way. It would be pretty amazing, like, if it is actually sheltered enough on the other side of this to camp here and have that view. Oh, I can see a trig point. There's 2 styles. There's a lovely section of wall. 3 bits can join in. This would be a good spot actually on a windy day, because you can sort of pick a side where the best shelter is. But it's certainly flat here. Amazing. This looks like quite a new style. Oh, you can smell the tar on it, or whatever that treatment is. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, here we are. There's the ponies. Oh, cool. Here we go. Go touch the trig point. Oh wow, what a feeling. Oh my goodness. There we go. Fantastic. Here's the ponies coming to say hello. And this is, they don't scare me like those horses in the Antrim Hills Way did. Still could kick my bollocks in, like, but hey, yeah. Hello. Coming over? You can still eat me like, hello. Don't be going the other side so you can kick me over your back feet. Hey, yeah, you're smaller. You could be smaller and angrier. You could have small pony syndrome. Just be wanting to kick my Alex in. It's kind of like Pat Sharp. Funhouse, it's a whole lot of fun. Surprises to be won. It's a real wacky show where anything can go. It's kind of mullet-ish, kind of rasta mullet. Aye, get it ready. Right, I'm gonna. It's nice to have company though. I'm gonna be camping here, lads. This is where the shelter's gonna be, and I'm guessing another sheep on the other side. Gonna have company either way. These ponies are just following me wherever I go. I'm trying to set up wee shots here. Don't beat my camera. Glue bags. You literally just bite my bum. Them ponies be at it all the time. Always remember pony tracking it, all be biting each other's bums. Right, getting away from my ass. That's my walking poles. Just trying to eat anything I put down. I'm gonna go to the other side of the wall. I was gonna do a cool wee shot. Don't be eating them. Knob head. Hilarious, right? Warning, these ponies will eat anything you stick in the ground. You. Look, they're just following me for. Jeez, they've been spoiled, you see. That's probably because hikers been feeding them caviar and coke. Right. What's it be like here? Oh yeah, I'm probably kneeling on sheep shit right now because there's lots of it, but I don't mind sheep shit, it's just wee round poops, very neat. I'm just crouching down behind a wall and it's sheltered as like. I think this is the spot on top of Slieve Muck. Safe from the munching ponies who munch everything that moves. I'd say half my tent would have been eaten by the end of the night. This is serious, literally trying to eat the baskets of my hiking poles and then try to get a bite at my bum when I bent over to try and get the tripod up to do a cool snazzy style climb over shot. Oh wow, the sun's right in my face. 6 o'clock. Last time I hiked until like 8 o'clock. I drank a load of coffee. Which then had me up multiple times throughout the night. But I'm happy just that I can get the tent up and actually hang out and just enjoy the fact that it's calm, that I'm not getting blown away, not getting eaten by ponies, and just enjoy the satisfaction of having been up Slieve Loch Shanna, Slieve Carn, or Carn Mountain, and Slieve Muck. And there's the yeah. Why water? Right, I need to figure out the water thing first before it starts myself. Otherwise I'll just make my way back down and camp lower down. But that is a sheltered spot and that's probably better. Yeah, that would be a really nice spot to camp, but I need to suss out water source first, so we'll do that. Take my rucksack off first, check the maps. That's right, yeah, this is upside down, but sure. I'm sure you can figure it out. So Loch Shanna, went up Loch Shanna, and then back down to the Stile, and then I've gone up Carn. Geraldine went off this way to go up Doan. So Carn, and then I went up here and then up the side of Slieve Muck, and I'm now at that wee junction where there's the 3 bits of wall coming together. Slieve Muck, source of the River Ban, right? So if I've come up Carn here, yeah, it's a fair walk down. Look how steep the contours are. So I'm looking at that going like I'm gonna have to go down that and then back up again. By the time I get down there, I won't want to come back up. Nah, screw that. Right, I think I will make my way back down. It's such a good spot though. Up here on Muck, reluctant. Right, I started walking off this direction. And I thought, may as well just bring my water bag with me, and I'm going to start walking and dandering, and I've got enough energy at the minute right now, I may as well just dander, and I don't have my pack on, so even if it is steep down and steep up, I'll feel satisfied that I've got a 2-litre water bag full of water, and then I'm going to just enjoy being in this, probably the best spot I'm going to get. There's kind of cloud rolling in now as well. This water source in this direction is the source of the River Ban, mighty Ban. That starts with a small spring, Slieve Muck. So, water bag, if I can just get this done. So this is cool. Oh, that's awesome. This is where I get that Benson Boone song stuck in my head. Mystical, magical, do 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 do.
Oh, that's so cool. And see way down below, there's like cars in a car park down there. And these wee wispy clouds are kind of covering over Spelga. Wow. That is amazing. Actually, I'm just going to stop a wee second and enjoy that. This is the stuff that when I imagine the beauty in the mountains, it's this kind of stuff that I imagine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like I've got a bit of sunburn in front of my legs. So I chose just to cover up. Actually, I have my hood up a lot of the time just because of the wind. And I've enjoyed it because, as I say, quite often it's the wind puts me off and I don't imagine enjoying it when it's windy in the mountains. Now, the sunshine has helped. It's been beautiful. But I think actually having my hood up and not having the wind bashing my ears actually helps me enjoy being here more. So I can enjoy being in the mountains in the windy days. Just figure out your way, the things that do your head in, and try and figure out ways to make them do your head in less. And the sun is just like this ghost. You can just occasionally see it, and the clouds are moving so fast. It's like it does have a slightly ominous vibe to it. It's cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be a kick in the Bialix getting back up here again. Cool looking sheep. He's a prod, red, white and blue. Always an adventure within the adventure, and this is like this has almost become more epic than the rest of it. I'll have to drop another 5 contours down, and I'll be coming back up with a 2-litre bag of water. And there's no tracks. This is just like tufts. This is hard going. I will be busted and extraordinarily glad of sitting down. Yeah, this is hard work. At least going up the hills with the poles was kind of like one foot in front of the other. Knew where I was going, at least. And this is like a shot in the dark. Needle in the haystack, looking for the source of the Ban River on the side of Slieve Muck. Just hope I hear some like reassuring trickle of running water at some point. Sorry, buddy. Keep bugging this wee bird. I know. I'm a dick. I wonder if I could phone delivery and get them to bring me some fresh water from Spelga. Looking for a delivery at the top of Slieve Muck, please. But beautiful. Don't forget the beauty while you're knackered. Right, wee break, reassess where I'm at. Cawilla and whiskey. Cawilla, whiskey. So it's like, I don't feel unsafe. But it just has that feeling like this is a bad idea. But if I get the water and I'm, get back up there, which would be a lot of hard work, but, I'll get up there and I'll be like absolutely 100% worth it. Especially if the sun comes out like that there again, it'll be superb. It's just going to be so hard getting back up there. Oh my goodness. I was just not watching where I'm putting my feet. You can actually see the river down there. It's one of these ones where you need water with you just to keep yourself hydrated while you're looking for water, because it turned into a more epic hike than anticipated. Right, do not despair, do not despond. Just be patient. 6:30. And it is beautiful. Love that. And it's like the Jesus fingers, I call it. Beams of light coming through the cloud, but it's moving. Oh, it's so cool. Magical. Mystical. Also getting bag separation anxiety because I've left it up there and it's like, fair enough, you go for a wee jump and you don't expect to be out there and then you're like, feel so far away from it now, it's so steep getting back up there and it'll be hard work. I'm almost like closer to the car park down there than I am to the top of Muck, and I'm almost thinking I might actually make my way across or down to and then go up the wall just because it'll be easier going. Like, there's the wall over there. I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll just, instead of getting up that again, is just contour over there to the wall and follow the wall up. It'll give me some just reassurance. It's going to lead me straight up to my bag and the bum munching ponies. Oh, I'm going to be zonked. And therefore, and if I do not drink coffee, which I'm not going to do, I might have some ginger tea. But with this exhaustion and sheltered camp and not drinking coffee, there's a potential for me to actually sleep.
Had a few sheep seen the source of the River Bun.
I'm officially at the source of the River Bann. I just shot this video already with a funny voice, but I don't have the energy anymore to do that again with a funny voice. This is wrecked. That's the source of the River Bann. It's literally coming out of a wee hole there. And there's a good flow to it. I'm going to film my bag. I'm probably not going to video going back up that flipping wall there, all the way up the mountains, which is going to be steep and a lot of hard work, and I'm just going to have to get this bag filled and just knuckle down and get it done. I'm nearly at the end of my tether, nearly. Breath work. Keep the faith. Water from the source of the Bann, slung over shoulder. And I'm at the wall. Now it's just a matter of getting up there. It's like steep. Steep is okay when I had energy earlier, but I don't have any anymore. It's always these side quests that always are the. But as I say, I had to get water at some point. And basically the payoff was a sheltered camp spot that I felt good about. So it was a matter of choosing one of the water sources off the side of Muck. I may well have chosen the worst one, and possibly just because it was the source of the Bann and seemed like something slightly more meaningful, romantic. But it is what it is, right? It's done. I just need to get back up here. Hopefully my bag's still there and hasn't been eaten by ravenous ponies. Another valuable lesson. If I'd brought my water filter with me to go get the water 2 filter, I'd be able to drink water right now. But I don't. Then again, it's like flowing right out of the water. So surely that should be. But then I've been putting unfiltered water into that bag, so it's like a dirty water bag. So some of the other sources, and I don't wash that bag out because it's going to be filtered. So I could end up drinking water from that, thinking that source there is legit and drinkable now. But what's been in that bag and not being cleaned could then lead to dodgy cooties. But yeah, if I brought my filter with me, I'd be able to screw it on now, get some water into me, and that would give me morale, because right now I'm dehydrated from all that, and now I'm going uphill, sweating. Right, one foot in front of the other. This is hard, but this is the stuff that builds resilience. Character building. That's what they used to say in the good old days. Times when they used to say it was good to build your character. Oh, I didn't want to do this, but sitting down for a break. I'd rather just keep on going. It's torture carrying a bag of water up here, knowing I can't touch it. I'm so gasping for water. On the upside, I think that section I've just come up is the steepest part, and then it kind of becomes slightly less steep. But I'll take a wee break, soak up the gorgeous views over Spelga Dam and the gorgeous clouds moving through. I think I'll be going up into the cloud, I think. So I think it might be a cloudy camp tonight. But as long as it's sheltered, don't mind. I sat down. I didn't have any water, but how do we, just from morale, how do we naked raw like fruit nut bar? I ate that and I sat down and I had a moment of inspiration of like, use my jacket to put my water bag in, tie it onto me. Because it was just, so I got a wee bit of morale from that wee bar. And yeah, I've taken my top off, but I feel warm enough. And even just having come up with a wee idea like that, hopefully it works and pans out, but this has almost given me a wee boost of energy. Just to get me to the top here. Here we go. Final push. Oh my God, I'm nearing the top. It's flattening out. Just gotta get up there. Oh my God, that was so hard. Oh, I had to dig down deep. And it was literally like, we talk about what do you call it? Mountain navigation, to talk about handrails. Usually a navigational feature that are kind of useful for navigating. But I was literally using the wall as a handrail. Like, I was literally just like pushing myself along like it's here. It was like, oh, and it did. It actually helped. I don't have a pole. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna collapse when I get up here. Needed down loads of water. My calves are wrecked, so that has been steep. Yeah, I probably won't be able to walk again for like, there's those ponies over at the top. These are still on that side. There's a bit of the wall came down enough that they possibly could get over and like eat my rucksack. Just they're freaking coming right over here. Is that because of Stephen and them dog biscuits? Yeah, melter. Hello. It's kind of reassuringly nice to see them again. Just because of location, I know I'm back to where I need to be. You get all cute and mystical. They all know you're a glue bag though. You bite people's bums. It'll also be reassuring to see my rucksack, which I've not seen for the past hour. I don't know how long that side quest took, but I feel like it was an hour. My feet are wet as well because that clouds rolled in over the top here, so it's made the grass all wet and my feet are soaked through. But I'm not bothered by that, to be honest. There it is, appearing out of the mist. There's somebody there. Didn't expect anybody to be. Oh, are they going to be camping? Got camping buddies. There it is. Woohoo! Full team. Yo, Santa on. Yo. Right, lads. So I company tonight. Oh, I still got my spot. And more importantly, water. Get this down me. Right, I think I'll get my tent up, get some layers on so I don't get too cool. It's just cooler in that wind and the mist. Nice. Oh, love this jacket. I wonder if I can scoop some away. Oh, that's a waste of time. Just keep my mouth shut in case it backfire and I'm a gub. Oh, I'll be so happy to get this up. And there's 3 lads there camping, but even if I know I've got a few beers and stuff, but I think I'll actually quite like the sound of some poo. Quite like the sound, to be honest. Might be better than 30-mile-an-hour winds bashing my tent in. So this is my wee tent, and I love this tent. It's the Fjern 2-person tent. Cost me about 220 quid off Sport Pursuit website. It retails at 500 quid, but like this is a £250 tent pretending to be a £500 tent or mimicking a £500 tent, but it's still great, and it's like say 230 quid. Silicon nylon, and it's 1.5 kilograms for a 2-person tent, which is amazing. Things can get pretty damp pretty quick, even just in cloud like this. Oh Lord, after all that work. Oh my goodness. So I normally carry my water filter in a wee pouch, but I'm thinking if I actually put it in a bum bag, so that whenever I go off to get water, I put the bum bag on, and then I'll always have this with me and da-da-da. Something along those lines. Water. Where would it be without water? Like how, if there weren't rivers, if there wasn't water on this planet, like humans wouldn't exist. Mental. But there are rivers, and here we are. Enough. Fill this bottle up first, and then I'll fill my pot. I'll maybe have a cup of tea first, because that's just for morale after that slog, that epic side quest of doom. But it got me water, so it wasn't an epic side quest of doom. It was just a very challenging epic side quest that got me water. It was more challenging than anticipated, I suppose. No, it was definitely not of doom. I've got 2 litres of water from the source of the Ban River. The mighty Ban. That starts as a trickle. Could sell it. Bottle it and sell it. Oh, so now I've got the tent up and just starting to go through all these wee things. It's like, it's good. It's good to be here. Especially in those days, like the last time I came, even though I hadn't been for ages, but I had that hunger, and that hunger almost gave me an excitement. I didn't really have that this time, and actually then there was also fears and anxieties and other pulls and draws to other things, and I also just like getting up peaks, getting up to the summits of mountains. And then the memories coming back, and yeah, like, so, and as much as epic side quest there was extraordinarily challenging, really had to dig down deep. And before that, if that hadn't happened, it would have just been pretty blissful accomplishment. Would have felt really good, would have been nice and easy, da-da-da. But having done that and gone through that experience and having to dig down deep and take my rests and get my morale boosts and do what I needed to do, basically, will be part of this experience, and it will be a good part of the experience, basically. Water from the Ban. Where would you get it? The Ban? The Slieve Muck. Where you get it? Oh, why? Wee bit of wind coming through, but right, enough water for tea and couscous and rice and all this stuff. Amazing. I can smell fire. It's nice though. There's they're cooking steaks. Gotta be hot ones. Look at that there, smoking, steaming, smoking. And then I'll let that sit and leave a wee bit of space for cold water to cool it down. Pre-made this with like couscous from Lidl and then added in wee soy chunks and some dried onions. I'll move that so we don't get any dried onions in my tea. There's a place for dried onions in my ginger tea. Sure, we're all just winging it. Anyway, it's all good. As it is, put the wee lid on. Lock the wee lid on, because it means if I come in and forget it's there, it'll not kick it over. That's cool, so cool it clicks on again. I think I need to pee. Pee in the mist. Oh, back in the tent. So, brought my ginger tea over the wall there and sat with the lads and brought my wee seat. I got a wee firebox. Sort of eating some s'mores now. But my feet are soaked and I haven't had my food yet, but that was nice. That was really nice. They're all family, they're all related. That's really lovely. But I think I'm happy enough to be in my tent. It's just white out there. It's just like cloud everywhere. Actually, even from the stile right next to me, I couldn't even see my tent from the stile. I'm happy. I'm happy. And I probably will need to pee, but hopefully it'll just be one pee because I had ginger tea and not coffee. It's good. So I'm going to get my shoes off, my socks off, dry my feet, and then put my nice socks on. Although my shoes are soaked, so if I have to go out and pee, I might just keep them on actually for now. Eat my food, and if I have to go pee, then I'll, instead of putting my dry socks on and then having to go out, although I could try and do that plastic bag thing if I have enough. Probably do have enough bags, but it's a backup anyway for later if I need to do that. I'll just have that sorted. But here I am on the top of Slieve Muck in a tent on a really windy forecast, and maybe the forecast has changed, but you know, I feel this is going to be sheltered enough even if the winds do pick up to 20-30 mile an hour. Adventures. It's great. Amazing. I think it would have been, like, I was so thankful for the wee spot up here anyway, but I think after that real challenge of getting water, going down there and back up again, all those feelings of hardship and difficulty just add to the delight of them being in your tent. So they said they'll probably be away 7 in the morning. I'm probably going to hear all the laughter. But it's nice. I like it's like family group as well, like you're just bonding. It's lovely. But I reckon I'll probably aim for about, I want to get there, I might actually try and get the first bus that goes along there. It's like 9:20. My wee clothes bag. Nice socks. Oh, yes. The little luxuries. That's why these experiences are good. Just appreciate the little things like nice dry socks. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, my couscous is probably cold by now, sure. There's things, still some heat in it. Couscous time. Oh yeah. We're still heating up. No, not much heating up. Still. Still thankful for that. Apologies for the lighting. I can feel the wind picking up. Right, I think I've actually eaten enough couscous and there's a load left there. I'm going to leave that for the morning and have that for breakfast. Save me having to cook anything, and it'll put something in my belly.
but I feel like the wind's picking up. I want to check the wind forecast again and maybe go out and just double check my pegs and guy lines and stuff rather than being worried. Right, let's check this wind forecast. So yeah, so the wind forecast at the minute is about sort of 20 mile an hour, getting up to 20 mile an hour, and it's literally every hour is just increasing until it gets be up to like 26 mile an hour winds, and then by the time I'm getting out of the hills anyway, could be up to 30 plus. So yeah, it's only going to increase, but I feel it'll be good to go out, have a pee, and just check my guy lines and stuff, because it just seemed like it's quite a low level of soil, topsoil, and it's quite rocky underneath, so it's like some of the pegs have had to put in a really shallow angle. But it's always good just to check, tighten everything up a bit, just to feel a bit more reassured, knowing that you've done everything you can do before you try and sleep. Job done. Few tightenings going on. Also, the other factor in this as well is silicone nylon tents. When they get wet, they stretch a bit, so you really have to do that in wet conditions with silicone nylon tents. Just go out and tighten everything up. The cheaper polyester tents, PU coated ones, you don't really need to do that as much. So there are some upsides to the cheaper tents. My only gripe with this tent is the storm flap on the front zip. So it's floppy anyway, but also because of silicone nylon, it gets wet, it's even worse. And see, trying to sometimes get the zip down, and then it flops over the zip and gets caught. And if it was just a wee bit of stiffer material, that would just close down a bit. But I love this tent, not slagging that off, and I might try and find a fix of some sort. But a pee done, guys tightened, and hopefully that is me for the night. This is when I'm going to lie down and discover there's a rock right underneath where my hips are. So I'm going to have to try and get all my gear from that side over to there, because I'm kind of in the middle of the tent, and then hopefully if I shimmy over to that side, I'm going to bypass that rock enough. That's one side or the other. I tried moving to see if it would be somewhere that's not going to like lengthways, but I think I'm just going to have to squidge over to that side, put everything over here. Right, I've got all the stuff shunted to the other side, and I'm not on the rock anymore, but I am up against the inner here, so could end up with a bit of condensation on my arm, but all good though. Oh God, I do feel like a pee. This is going to be my thing, common, peeing all the time, even though I didn't drink coffee. And I have the discipline to take off sometimes I just camp my trousers, just in case I need to get out and they're already on me, but I just took the time to take off my boxers and put on my long johns and like camp clothes kind of thing. It's bound to be cooler in the morning anyway, so it'd be nice to have long johns on for the morning walk out. All is well on Slieve Muck. Grateful, feeling grateful. So glad that I got out and made this happen again, especially because I wasn't feeling it as much as I was last week, but really thankful that I did get out and had these experiences. So good. And I'm off on Tuesday as well, which means I can get home and like enjoy deep rigging, power napping, and still have another day off. Yes. Morning.
It's about 6:30.
So sun's up.
the Castlewell lads are awake. And I use this time to get up. I was slept. Just bits and pieces. The wind actually eased off a bit during the night, or changed direction in a way that was affecting me less here. But so the forecast is that it's going to get, the wind's only going to get stronger. So the more time I have, then maybe have a coffee and be able to get, take my time getting down to the bus. I actually did feel a temperature drop around sort of 4 in the morning, but I have a feeling the cloud maybe cleared. And the temperature definitely dropped a bit, so I ended up putting this top on here. Then I had this puffy jacket on, just like thrown over the top of my sleeping bag. Worked alright, got me back off to sleep again a bit. So I feel like I only slept at like, for like 10-15 minutes at a time. But to be fair, accumulated, I think I probably slept more than I've slept for quite a while at a time. Oh, I can feel the dampness there. I have a feeling it's pretty wet there too. But it's all good. Right, time to poke my head out and see what the weather's like. It's obviously windy, know that for without getting it. And that is the answer to that. No, it's not clear. It's soapy, misty. I'll be putting the waterproofs on. Right, I need to go out for a poop. So, waterproof on. Not raining, it's just that driving mist. And I've got my shoes ready. My IKEA gaiters. Visibility is low. I'm thinking because I didn't velcro the inner or the outer onto the poles, and the way it's skewed, this may have affected this. Maybe just being the inner being a bit closer to the outer as well. So it's something I need to remember to do. That's why it's sitting off here. So there's little velcro loops that attach the outer onto the pole. Get it. So I've already packed away a load of my stuff inside the tent. And I'm thinking as well, because it's so windy outside, I can't enjoy having a coffee and a smoke. So I literally just think I might just bounce on. Time to pack away. Packed away. Literally just the poles, pegs and inner to go into the bag. Which is absolutely, you have to keep a certain some amount of pegs in, otherwise everything will take off. So everything has to be very carefully done in these conditions. Oh Lord. At least there's a wall to follow. All packed up. Well, packing away wet tents in wind and wet is not nice. Next camp, I don't want to be character building or comfort zone pushing. I want it to be sweet. Alright, and I've still got my IKEA gaiters going on. I'm going to rock them all the way to Belfast. Right, thank you all for the protection you mostly gave me. And let's go. Experiences. This is mad, so I could be like 7:22 now. So realistically it should be on this 9:20 bus, 2 hours time, and could be in Belfast before noon. Is that right? Anyway, thereabouts. Noonish. Oh, feels calmer down here. She's basically following the wall now. That'll lead down Muck. Oh, there's a bit where I'll have to break away from the wall and then get myself over Carn. There you go. What are you doing rolling over and all? Please tell me you can get back up again, because I've never done a whole roll of sheep over thing. Can you get back up? Get yourself back up, Egypt. There we go. Good. Well done. Don't get cheaper, Joe. I'm starting to panic. I was going to have to roll a sheep. Are you calm down? Calm your jets. Take your time. Jeebers. That would have been an interesting one. Trying to roll a sheep back onto its feet. Take it steady. This was quite slippy. Imagine that's why it went on its hoof. Hoofs. On its hoop. Probably find it laying us back again further up here. So this side of the wall in Muck is muckier. I forgot I came up the other side of this. And I crossed the stile to get onto this side of it. And now I'm on this side of it and there's no stiles to get over. At some point I'll need to get over or onto the... But yeah, this side's way boggier, loads of like wee sketchy patches. Having to do more bog trotting than I would like. I think one of my IKEA gaiters is giving up. So my socks are getting wet. Anywho, actually I've got another pair of socks. Which even for the comfort of the bus journey home, I'm gonna not put my shoes on, just have my dry socks on my feet. Although this could be an argument for bringing waterproof socks with me just for this scenario where my shoes have got wet and then put them on for the walkout. That could be a thing. So this is a bit of the wall at the end of Muck. If you follow the wall, literally you'll just drop off the edge and die. So instead you have to go down here and around to there. That moment where you're like, oh, my legs don't like up hills after yesterday. I think just get my walking poles out, help myself out. I don't have my walking poles. My walking poles are back at the tent. And I remember seeing them this morning. I left them out by the wall, but they were still a bit further up from where I was originally going to pitch. And then just in the blusteriness of everything, it was like, and now I'm just thoroughly exhausted. I think I might just leave them. I just do not, I'm just going to leave them. Maybe somewhere in the world, somebody will find them, put them out on the interwebs, and somebody that knows me will be able to get them to me, but otherwise, hopefully they'll just go to a good home. But I'm not willing to go back down there and get them. It's the honest truth. I just started coming up this incline at the start of Muck, and I'm like, oh, just the memories of yesterday. So whoever gets the poles, enjoy them, or maybe they will. The universe will bring them back to me. Oh, well, at least there's not too much incline in this on the way out.
And I'll definitely be ordering a pair of those again because they're the best poles. They were so good. Collapsible, under 400 grams. Superb. It is what it is. And I am what I am. And I'm a person that's not going to go back to get them. So what I'm actually going up at the minute is actually a little part of Carn Mountain, the lower peak. And what I'm thinking is actually if I contour around here, I'll connect onto another higher trail that will take me down to the road. Because it's going to be longer to go up the top of Carn, down that wall, and then over to where the saddle is at Odd, where Loch Shanna and Carn Saddle. So it's going to be a longer walk. Whereas this actually, if I just contour around this, it should lead me to this other trail. Could be one of these bad decisions, like I've already made a bad decision. This is just another one. But I'll cut out having to go up that as well. Busted. I'm going through really stinky terrain. And honestly, see, even though it's really hard going, just the fact that it's on the flat, I just cannot do any more uphills. So I'm kind of trusting the app directions, and this should lead onto this other track. I'm definitely a bit discombobulated. I'm just bog trotting, hoping for the best. It's pretty cool, all the sheep bouncing about in the mist. Well, I can see up to the saddle, I think that is. Woo! I've made my way onto what I imagine is the trail. May not look like much, but here soaked and tired. But this should all be downhill now, but I'm going to take some layers off and sweat. Now it's making me more dehydrated. So I'm drinking water. Got to do all the little things. Manage it as best as possible. Trying not to go too far. All good. I quite like the colour though they're dyed. It's very distinctive. Yes, it's all good. The weirdo was past. This path on and off has been a river and bog. And it's basically just a tractor trail, quad trail. Pretty much. Very rough underfoot. I think these sheep are used to seeing people coming down here. Sorry lads and lasses. Sorry lasses. Any lads there? No. Oh, larks flying out from the grasses. I'm glad to be on the track. I don't like walking through like those long grasses because of things like skylark. So the shorter time spent in those kind of areas, the better. Oh, I can hear the road. Oh, here's the style. Oh, where's this wee track here? It might bypass the road. Because maybe in the mist the road is sucky. No, I'm going to go road. I think I'll put on my high-vis rain cover. This is what I'll do. Oh, never knew that existed. So I think I'm having to go that away, but I'm going to double check just because I'm so discombobulated. It might be totally wrong. Right, I'm on the road. I've got my high-vis rain cover on. One driver that went past here was like boy racer, so I almost thought about not putting on my rain cover. But there's a verge here, and
Just need to pay attention and listen. So I'm going to put the phone away and pay attention and listen. All about the mist. I actually looked at the map this morning and I saw that from the top of Muck, getting to the source of the ban was definitely the lesser choice. And if I'd spent more time maybe looking at the map and looking at the contours, I would have gone to the source of the Miners Hole River on the other side of the mountain. Way less decline, lose far less ground. It would have been a far wiser choice, but alas, it was all part of the adventure. Someday everything will go to plan. Oh, I can see the cars ahead, so that must be the Hot Mountain car park. 8:30. About 15 minutes until the bus. Wow, a load of cars in the car park already. I wonder if they're overnighters. That's crazy. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, just to be sitting down for half an hour or so. I have to remember, remember that the bus stops at the yacht track and not at the yacht car park, which is further down there. These little details can make a difference. I'm always glad I have that high vis rain cover just for road sections. I don't rarely use it for the rain, to be honest. Probably should look, but I've got my wee tub of my couscous in it right there. Got my cooker, my stove there, and I've got my mug here as well. So, well, there's a wee spot here. Spot needed for a car, I think. Finishing the rest of my couscous from last night. And it's amazing, even though it was cold couscous the next day. Being in the situation that it is, it tastes great. Hardship is the spice of life. Say hardship. Difficulty, mild difficulty. Mourne Rambler does a circuit, so on the way in to here, it only takes it like 15-20 minutes. But then it does the whole loop all the way around, like on along, and a bloody bridge and all up to Newcastle again. About 40 minutes in it. No one get the views. There's a wee older couple on the bus last night, and they were just like going on the Mourne Rambler just to have a wee drive round the Mournes. Cool. Absolutely. Oh, that's right. The wind's going to be increasing in strength throughout the morning. I'm glad to be getting out now. I just checked the bus times, and the wee bus that goes round the mountains takes an hour, so definitely you need to make sure to pee before you get on it. So 20-minute wait now, an hour on that bus, and then a 20-minute wait in Newcastle at the bus station, but that gives me time to go to the toilet there. And yeah, then I'll be in Grand Central Station for just before noon. Yes, amazing. I'm just thinking like how popular hiking in the Mournes has become, and like it's only like 5 to 9, and like people are just turning up, and people have already been here and gone up, maybe up to the saddle and then back down again, or like. And it's not exactly sunny and lovely. So the weather forecast, we're back in Belfast. It's going to be some sunshine. Yes. I'm so excited for this. I so wish I had my sliders with me, because I've got another pair of socks. Sliders for the bus.
Just hope I'm actually going to be able to see the bus. It's just going to appear out of the mist when it arrives. Like a ghostly spectre. Oh, and the winds are picking up. It's cool and cold. I can't wait to get to sunny Belfast for a change. I can see her coming. Mourne Rambler Bus of Dreams. Can't believe it. Sometimes you're like, you almost feel, does this thing even exist? And you're watching the mountains and the clouds rolling over and you're like, is there actually a bus that comes and picks me up here? This is nuts. But there it is. What an adventure. My goodness. At the top of Slieve Muck, Shanna, Carn Mountain, Slieve Muck camped, even though there's a bit of a storm going on. So happy. Can I get the... Oh, here, go for it. Sorry. Good luck. Cheers. Shorts and all. Can I just get the Mourne Rambler or the Rambler ticket, please?
You just go back to Newcastle.
This is going to get me all the way to Belfast. Back home, actually, all the way back home. I literally just went into the regatta shop to get a pair of flip-flops that I already own and have in the house. But they're $11.99, which is pretty cheap. And I can change into my dry socks and put these on so I can enjoy the bus ride home. But managed to get hash browns and baked beans. It's been a nice warm breakfast to eat in the bus. Get my feet dried off.
I am officially standing at the source of the River Bann.